So I'm going to get preparing my smoked salmon starter now. I'm going to take you through all of the things to present up this lovely, lovely starter. What we've got our stout bread. That needs to go in the oven first of all. It's wrapped in the UB Chef paper. Keep it in that paper. It's going to prevent it drying out. Let's get that in the oven now. 7 to 8 minutes. That's all it needs, or just till it's hot in the centre. Right, put my little pickles to the side. Lemon in lace we've got there. We've got a nice little bit of picked parsley ready for you, and then you've got your smoked salmon pate. Very important that the smoked salmon and the pate are up to room temperature. That makes them where you can taste everything that's going on there. If it's too cold, you just can't taste it. So let's cut the little pouch and we'll pull out the smoked salmon there. All of these, remember, if it's eco pouches, all the dishes are all compostable. So turn the smoked salmon over onto your hand and then peel off the bottom layer of paper and just just ease that like that off carefully, and then we're going to turn it over and put it onto the middle of your plate like so, and then just inch up the salmon, give it a little helping hand, and then you'll find that it will just peel off just like so, and you get left with a lovely little round of smoked salmon on there. Beautiful. What I say now, a little bit of rapeseed oil just on the top. Take the back of a spoon and just work that oil in. Now give it all a lovely shine. And as I say, my smoked salmon's all up to room temperature now. There we go. Right, next up, let's get our little smoked salmon pate. So again, you can see all nice and easy. It's all on paper, ready to go. Same principle again. Let's just sit that on the top. So, pate smoked salmon. Next up, let's take some of our little garnishes here. We've got caper berries, and I'm just gonna start arranging some of those on the top, just on the side. Try and get a little bit of height. Little shallot rings. It's all those like really classic garnishes that you want to have with the salmon. So a few nicely arranged, more capers. Then we've got some actual capers in there which we've just blanched just to take out some of that saltiness. A few more on there, and then we'll be ready to go with our little bit of parsley. So there we go. Remember, there's plenty of garnish in here. You don't need to use it all. Maybe one more caper. There we go. I'm happy with that. Then we're going to take a little bit of our parsley and then just see, I'll just put some nice little pieces of that all the way around. This is all picked for you, all washed, ready to go. And then in a second, we're just going to put a tiny bit more rapeseed oil just on the top. We'll spend a little bit of time doing that. There you go. Right, save those for my next one. Meanwhile, a little bit of rapeseed, as I said. Just those lovely little dots of that bright yellow oil. And then your lemon in lace. Let's put that just on the side. And then we'll be back shortly once my stout bread is all heated up, just to garnish this on the side. So here's our stout bread. Just unwrap that. Look at that. Oh, it smells delicious. Lovely with a few little oats just on the top of there. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of oil just to give it a lovely shine. A little bit of molten salt. Let's serve that just on there like that. There we go. How about it? That's our UB Chef smoked salmon starter, lemon in lace, stout bread to serve with it. This is my roast chicken coming up now. I've got a lovely breast of corn-fed chicken. It's got a truffle, little salsa that's under the skin. So that just needs to be taken out of your little sous vide pouch that it arrives in. It is already part cooked, but still just treat it where you wash your hands afterwards when handling it. So get that onto your tray. I'm going to wash my hands quick. Right, now this needs to go in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. I'll put it on a little bit of UB Chef paper, and then you can just throw that away after. It's all lovely and eco, we'll dispose of. So chicken, 10 to 12 minutes in the oven. Then you've got your chicken fat potato. Sounds really good, doesn't it? Chicken fat potato, lovely and layered up with a bit of thyme on there. That's going to go in there in the oven for 8 minutes. And then we've got a fricassee of vegetables. We've got some carrots in there, gem lettuce, peas. Just going to get that into a pan, scrape it all out, and then just warm that gently. You don't want to overcook the vegetables, you still want a little bit of bite to them. And then when we come back, I've got chicken skin granola as well, just to go on top of the chicken breast. That's going to be a minute in the oven. So I'm going to get my chicken in now. Get that heating up. 10 to 12. Potato will go in shortly. I'm going to get my veg in the pan now and see you back in about 12 minutes. So a nice hot plate, ready for our chicken. Got my fricassee just here. So let's get that building up on the plate. Lovely little vegetables in there. We've got some gem lettuce. Remember, when you heat it up, you don't want to cook it too much. You still want a nice little crunch to all those veg. So just put that all around. Save a bit of the sauce just to finish it off at the end. And you can kind of put it on a little bit more delicately. And the sauce. And a good bit of sauce on there. Go that chicken. So that's all on. Give the plate a little bit of a wobble just to set the sauce nicely. Then the chicken. So get that onto your little spatula like so. And then get your chicken skin granola. You see I'm just spooning that on the top. Just shake the spoon, tap the spoon just to get that on there. A little bit of molten salt as well. There we go. And then we're going to sit that pride of place on the top, like so. Very nice. Then our chicken fat potato, again, a little bit of molten salt. Sit that on the side. This is looking and smelling fantastic. And then let's finish off with our lovely herb oil. So cut a little bit of a hole in the bag, and then we're just gonna droplet that all around the outside. And then you can save this oil as well if you don't use it all. It lasts really, really well in the fridge. Use it on your favourite pasta dish. There we go, so that's all in there, like so. And there we have it. That's my roasted chicken, chicken fat potato, fricassee of vegetables. Here's my take on rhubarb and custard now. Favourite sweet bit of nostalgia there. We've got a custard tart that's sort of sliced here. Just unwrap it from the paper, like so. So you see you've got a lovely little pastry base on there, then the custard mix, and then we've put some lovely nutmeg on the top of it. So let's just put that onto our plate, like so. Then we've got some poached rhubarb just here, bang on in season. So let's get that rhubarb out. There's some stem ginger in there and lemon thyme pieces as well. And then we've got a rhubarb gel, which we're just going to cut the end of the piping bag, like so. Make sure that end of the piping bag gets right out of the way of the dish. And then also our rhubarb carpaccio, a little bit chefy. Let's just undo that from the little pack it's in. And you'll see it's between two sheets of paper. So simply peel off the little top layer of paper on there. Quite delicate, but peel that off. And then we're just going to put that, just move the tart to one side, and put that straight down on your plate. You see how I'm just going to gently peel it off. Look at that, very, very nice. Put that custard tart slightly just back on the side. Then let's get some of our pieces of poached rhubarb. You can just cut those down a bit, however you like to serve them, like so. Remember to get some of that stem ginger actually onto the plate. So let's put some pieces all the way around. Lovely flavour, the rhubarb and the ginger together. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm going to get a little bit more of the ginger. Put those all over the plate, some more of that thyme, like so. And then finally, get your gel, hold the piping bag at one end, squeeze the gel down, and then just pipe some nice little piles of that gel. How about that? Lovely vanilla custard slice, nutmeg on the top, and that rhubarb garnish.